Campers, special edition of the Mark Attwood show from my usual spot, but this time I'm joined by Abby Wynn.
Hello.
Hello, Abby Wynn. How are you?
Hello, everybody. I'm great.
How's Abby Wynn? I say coffee time, but I've actually drunk mine.
Yes, I've drunk mine too.
So me and Abby are hanging out because we're recording the audiobook version of our new book that we've written called, what's it called?
Weapons of Mass Protection.
I was going to say destruction, but yeah, Weapons of Mass Protection. Practical Tools in Spiritual Warfare, which will be coming out middle of May, late May.
Yeah, middle to late May.
And it's taken a lot longer than we thought to do the voiceover.
But it's superb though. It's really good.
Yeah.
So it's a great way to do final edit. Read it out.
So I thought we'd have a little video over breakfast talking about the eclipse, or as they say in Ireland, the feckin' eclipse. So I just did a show with Sonia Poulton this morning. She asked me about the eclipse, and we've been chatting about the eclipse. Tell me what you're feeling.
Personally, I'm feeling lighter. I'm feeling like expanded, bigger. It feels like something has shifted and we're paving a new foundation for building new things. I'm feeling hopeful. I think last week I was like, what's the point? Why am I here? What do we do? And I don't feel like that today. Something's lifted.
That's interesting, because last week I didn't make any videos because I was just like discombobulated and kind of confused.
Yeah, it was a build-up, but then I realized when I was feeling that eclipse doesn't just happen on one day in one moment. It's like a whole month of energies coming in, and possibly 6 months, even 6 months, and 6 months coming out. And those of us who are sensitive are feeling this before it happens. So there's so much pressure in the moment to look at it. Oh my God, it's happening now. What do we do now? Oh my gosh. And it's like, oh God, I have to go to the toilet, or someone's phoning you, or you're doing something and you missed it. It's not about that moment. It's about the whole lead up to it and then everything that's coming after. And I think when we got over that hump, something opened. And for me, it's really about, what do you want to spend the rest of your life doing? What frequency do you want to connect into? What do you want to see in your world? And we were talking earlier about the situation in the world, and I think it's really about, well, you have to get up off your you-know-what and create what you want to see.
Us.
Yes, ours. Rather than expecting, because this is the whole paradigm of everything is given to us. You know, the government gives you this, everybody's giving you that, and you're sitting there and you're waiting for it to land. I made a great video actually on the YouTube there a while ago about how to manifest a cup of coffee. You get off your arse and you go and you get one, and look, perfect
I just
timing.
manifested this. It's amazing.
Yeah, because you have to put the work, and you sit down and then you have it in your hand. One minute you didn't have it in your hand, the next minute you have it.
No, this is critical, right? Because me, Gary Keeley, and Peter Wilson are running a course at the moment called Sovereign Mastery, and amazing people on the course. We've got about 100 people on this course, and even last night, I was saying, you know, they were going, people are still waiting for permission, right? So you don't need permission, because you stand under the Creator, you stand under God, whatever you want to call it. And that's what this is all about. It's finding the courage to stand under that and say, I am a free person and I can manifest the world that I want. And we're still playing, you know, we're playing massive catch up to that, because you and me have been talking about this stuff for a few years, and there's still millions of people that are just still, well, you know, I don't want like to be derogatory, but it's, you know, still fast asleep in the face of all these things that are going on. And even with the eclipse, you've got people, the internet, if you look at Twitter and Telegram and everything else, just to get a feel for things, you've got people that, you know, oh, these massive things are going to happen on the eclipse. And then other people say, well, nothing fucking happened, you know. And you've got all these extremes, especially in the spiritual community, the truthful community, and people generally who don't even know what an eclipse is. You know, you've got such a vast range of things, and there's crazy stories out there which I think possibly are true, such as the Cabal built a Hadron Collider in Jersey in order to use the power of the eclipse to create a problem there. I think they wanted to kill thousands of people in a false flag, and then to use that technology to call in the ancient demons, which I think was what the original purpose of CERN was. Personally, I think CERN is under the control of the good guys, and I think that if that Hadron Collider was built in Jersey, it was taken out. Now that is very interesting, but it's right over there for most people, that kind of story, isn't it?
But then what they do is they create these stories that are right here, so that you put your energy into those and you lose your energy because this is happening over here and this is just around the corner and this is over in Australia, and I love Australia because I spent time there, and then this is going on with the children and this is going on, and you have no power. And so what I see really is, if you can imagine a person with the shackles on their wrists and the shackles on their feet, and they're open and all the energy is just pouring out from them into all of this bullshit, and then the eclipse comes and the shackles are broken. It's like, you know, the elephant that thinks it's tied to the fence, but it's tied to a chair because it's been whipped so much it thinks it can't move because it's tied to something.
Exactly.
So anybody who's watching this who isn't quite sure how they're feeling, it's possible that they've got a loss of power.
The
from
door,
all of these
the door's
other
already
things.
open.
So just, you know, start. This is where you start. You start from today. Wake up in the morning and you say, anywhere that my power is that isn't here with me, I call my energy back to me. And just keep doing it through the day. I'm calling my energy back to me. I'm calling my energy back to me. And before you go to bed at night, wherever I left my energy today, I'm calling it back to me. See it like tendrils unwinding from the internet. See it coming from the person who's been feeding off you for years, because you don't have these shackles on you anymore. See the shackles actually dissolving into your field and powering you up. Because when you're paving the way as a pioneer, like you guys are with your sovereignty course, you still need the power under your words to say no, to say this, to say that. And if you don't have the power, you can't do it. You know, we're making new tracks here. We're the ones that are building this world now.
Yeah.
And you have to start with your power. And as soon as you have your power, and I think I said this to Gloria Masters one time, that you were talking to her about
Gloria
ritual
Masters
abuse.
is a New Zealand-based satanic ritual abuse survivor, has been on my show a few times.
So
She's
she had
amazing.
said to me, people just need, you know what to say, to have their voice. And I said to her, people know what they want to say. They know exactly what they want to say, but they don't have the power to be able to say it. It's not that you have to change their mind or give them words, or anyone watching this. You all know what you want to say. You all know what you want to see, but you don't have the power to make it happen, or the power to say no and mean it. I mean, we're doing our
We
book,
do
right?
have the power though, don't we?
Well, you do when you call it back.
Well, this is the thing. So, you know, you stand under your creator, and, you know, where we're at right now is that all the information anybody could possibly need to know to go to the next level of their own development is all out there.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that have been following shows like mine and follow you and people like that, they already have all the information really that they need. It's the step. It's the next step. It's the step of action, which is what I was teaching in Law of Attraction classes I was running 10 years ago. It's all very well having the picture of the Ferrari on the wall and, you know, yeah, I'm going to have a Ferrari and manifest. Oh, it didn't work. Well, it's because you didn't take any action towards it. And that's the thing that's missing. And that's why a lot of this is a limited hangout. And that goes back to Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, when they took out the chapters that gave them the real power behind that manifesting skill set, because they had to create the limited hangout because people were cottoning on, or
Sure,
it was
or the
ancient
secret
knowledge
that
about this. Well, the secret's
they
the same
didn't
thing.
put it in to
The
say
secret
to
is
do your
exactly
inner
the
work.
same thing.
Yeah.
Because that's a limited hangout, and it basically made lots and lots of people lose faith in the idea of the law of attraction and manifesting. But the thing that was missing is that you have to believe it in your gut.
Yes.
And you have to take a step towards it. You have to take action. And in the case of where we're at now, this is a case of stepping out of the matrix. And it's nerve-wracking, it takes courage, but you have the power.
So call your power back. Because for me with healing, it's always, what's in the way of me healing this? What's in the way of this? What's in the way of that? And what's in the way, I think, for many people is that
It's a big
the
elephant.
feeling, yeah. Well, you send the elephant on ahead of you, Ganesh.
Yeah, yeah.
He tramples all the
Ganesh.
barriers. You call your power back.
We were
And
doing
then
that
you-
yesterday.
You make the time and space to decide what you want to see in your life. And then you're able to take the action because you have your power.
Brilliant. Right, this is only a short coffee morning video. We can't keep going on.
Oh, God, okay.
But Abby will be back on my show to talk about the book when we
And
finish.
there's so much in that book.
When we finish doing the audio book, so it should be out in about a month. But anyway, it's not really a plug for the book. It was just like plug in the book, get the book. Go to themarkattwoodshow.com. What's your website?
Abby-win.com.
Abby-win. Some people will type in DASH
Oh,
if you
for
don't
God's
tell them
sake.
that. .com. Anyway, cheers. See you later.